What's up everyone, my name is Christine and I have something called Common Variable Immune Deficiency, aka CVID. If you are wondering what CVID is, you can check out the link above for a video where I discuss what exactly CVID is, but that is not the focus of today's video. In my last video, which I will also link above, I talked about the benefits about using social media when you have an illness. Today I'm going to talk about the disadvantages or the downfalls of using social media when you have an illness. The first downfall I'm going to talk about is that not everyone is actually diagnosed with what they claim they are diagnosed with. You don't know for certain just because somebody is on this forum saying they have this illness, you don't know that they actually have what they claim they have, which can lead to some bad advice or not a go-to person to really talk to. So you do have to use some form of caution and judgment when you are talking to these people. The next downfall that I'm going to talk about kind of leads with the first point, is that there is a lot of bad medical advice on the internet, and you should never ultimately follow what you get solely from the internet. You can take an idea, look into it, discuss it with your doctor, but just because it's on the internet does not make it true. I am lucky that I have the advantage that I am a physical therapist, I work inpatient, I have more medical knowledge than the average person out there, so I can kind of interpret information better and make decisions a little better for myself just because I have that experience. Not everyone has that advantage, and just because someone says something on the internet does not mean you should follow it. There's a lot of bad advice out there, trust me, I see it. Sometimes I see these posts and I absolutely cringe because I'm just like, this is not true. They should not be saying this. I'm interrupting this video because I thought of this sub-point to this topic, or kind of really a point of its own, while I was editing the video. And it's that sometimes on social media, you might get advertised some scams or false hope treatments or medicines. I think sometimes it can be easy to fall into these traps of false hope, and you have to really be careful to not fall for these things because these people are just trying to make money off of you. And a story that I can think of for this is several years back when I was first diagnosed. On Facebook, this guy messaged me. I guess he was in one of the immune deficiency groups and he was just trying to solicit his company, whatever it was, to people through the group. And he started messaging me saying that he had this new treatment for immune deficiency where you could just drink this drink of immune globulins, and it's so much better than having to get your IV medicine, and it's cured him, and it's so much cheaper. And thankfully I knew better than to fall for this, and I just messaged the guy back like, you know this is impossible, right? Because the immune globulin is protein, and if you drink it, the acid in your stomach would ultimately kill the immune globulin. So it's an impossible route for the medication. It has to be administered some other way than via a drink, and I'm pretty sure if it was possible to administer it through a pill or a drink, medicine would make that happen because it's so much easier than having to stick yourself with a needle all the time. So I messaged the guy back this, and I'm sure he wasn't expecting that response. He got super defensive and was like, well, if you don't want to get better and blah blah blah. And ultimately I just ended up blocking the guy because it was garbage that he was trying to sell me. But I can see where somebody might fall for this because they're kind of just looking for any hope that they can get, that what they have just got diagnosed with maybe they don't really have, or maybe they really don't have to be on this treatment that their doctor is recommending. Ultimately, like anything, if you don't trust what your doctor has diagnosed you with, don't go off the internet. Get a second opinion, get a third opinion, but go to the medical community where people have actually studied this information, and don't go based off what the internet is telling you, regardless if it's medical treatments or other diagnoses. Talk to a physician, talk to a different physician, whatever it is. Just be careful because there is that out there where these people are just trying to market towards you and go to you in a time of hope and need and fear and make money off of you. So just be careful out there. Now back to the regular video. Another downfall that I think there is with using social media is that I had noticed this a lot in groups, that people seem to battle over who is sick sicker. And I mentioned this in another video. I really cannot stand this. I see this on Facebook and I don't really fully understand it. Why it seems to be a battle of you don't get it because I am sicker than you are. Can't we just be there to support one another? Why is it always a degree of I have it worse than you? This kind of expands like beyond just having an illness. It's almost like human nature to be like, I'm more tired than you are because I work more than you and I have this going on and I have these greater struggles and my life is always harder than everyone else's. I don't like that. And I'm not saying I've never done that. I think it's really unhealthy in these groups when people are trying to go there for support and it's just like you get slammed and attacked like you're not as sick as I am, so you don't get it. I don't like it. I think it's very negative. I think it's toxic. I wish there was less of it on the internet. And this kind of goes into my next point of the negativity and bashing of others. It seems like anytime there's a group that like gets large, there's just always going to be these negative people or these people that like take personal attacks at other people. It's not even like, it's one thing to challenge somebody's ideas and we should be able to have a healthy discussion of disagreements, but it's another thing when you just start like attacking their persona. You know, why do we do that? Like, why is there so much negativity out there? I wish it was more of uplifting people and not bringing people down. And the last downfall that I'm going to talk about in this video is sometimes you can see posts on the internet of things that went wrong with somebody else or someone saying like, I have this illness and my life is done for and whatever. I think sometimes it just brings on unnecessary fear that you really don't need. But who am I to talk? I have horrible anxiety and I have a lot of freaking fears in my life, so there's that. Anywho, that is my video on some of the downfalls of social media. Obviously, last week I talked about the benefits of social media, so it's not all doom and gloom out there. I do think there are positive aspects of being able to connect to people on the internet. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, if you want to give it a thumbs up, or if you're open for healthy discussion in the comments, don't hesitate. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see any future videos or check out any of my past videos. I would really appreciate it. Bye!